Picture this. It's the year 2000. A small startup with 300,000 subscribers walks into the headquarters of the world's largest video rental company. They're about to make an offer. The startup? Netflix. Worth about $50 million. The giant? Blockbuster. Worth $6 billion, with 9,000 stores and total market dominance. Netflix's CEO, Reed Hastings, pitches a partnership. Let us handle your online presence. Or better yet, buy us. For $50 million. Blockbuster's CEO, John Antioco, looks at the proposal and laughs. He literally laughs them out of the room. 23 years later, Netflix is worth $150 billion. Blockbuster? It doesn't exist. Only one store remains, in Bend, Oregon, as a nostalgic relic. This is the story of the most expensive laugh in business history. And the lesson? It's not just about technology. It's about something much deeper. To understand how Blockbuster lost everything, we need to understand how they built everything. Because Blockbuster didn't fail because they were stupid. They failed because they were too successful. 1985. A man named David Cook opens the first Blockbuster store in Dallas, Texas. But this wasn't just another video rental shop. Cook was a computer analyst. He brought database technology to video rental. Revolutionary idea. Track what people rent, stock accordingly. Simple, brilliant. The experience was designed to perfection. Bright lights, wide aisles, organized by genre, clean, family-friendly. Everything the small, dingy video stores weren't. And the revenue model? Pure genius. Rental fee, $4 for 2 days. Late fee, $2 per day. Seems reasonable, right? Wrong. Late fees generated 16% of Blockbuster's total revenue. That's nearly $800 million per year. Their business wasn't just renting movies. It was punishing customers who returned them late. By 1989, Blockbuster is sold to Wayne Huizenga for $18 million. He goes on an expansion rampage, opening a new store every 17 hours. By 1994, Blockbuster has 6,000 stores worldwide. Viacom buys them for $8.4 billion. Blockbuster is now the absolute king of home entertainment. But the throne is about to crack. 1997. Reed Hastings has a problem. He rented Apollo 13 feet from Blockbuster. Returned it 6 weeks late. Late fee? $40. Now, here's where the legend differs from reality. Hastings claims this moment inspired Netflix. But former executives later revealed, he made that story up for PR. The truth? Hastings was already exploring online rental before that. But the $40 late fee story? Better narrative. And in business, narrative matters. Netflix launches in 1998. The model? Rent DVDs online, delivered by mail. No late fees. Keep it as long as you want. 1999. They pivot to subscription. $19.99 per month. Unlimited rentals. This changes everything. Here's the genius. No physical stores. One distribution center can serve millions. Blockbuster needs real estate, staff, utilities. Netflix needs a warehouse and stamps. Opening a Blockbuster store, over $1 million. Running a Netflix distribution center, $50,000, but there's a problem. Netflix is bleeding money. They're losing $50 million per year. They need help. So in September 2000, Reed Hastings walks into Blockbuster's headquarters with an offer. The pitch was simple. Blockbuster, you handle the stores. Netflix handles online. We promote you in our mailers, you promote us in your stores. Win-win. Or, just buy us for $50 million. John Antioco, Blockbuster's CEO, says no. And to be fair, it kind of made sense at the time. Here's what Blockbuster saw. Netflix, 300,000 subscribers, losing money. Blockbuster, 6 million customers per day, highly profitable. Why would you pay $50 million for a company that's losing money when you're making billions? But here's what they missed. Clayton Christensen's Innovator's Dilemma. Successful companies ignore disruptive technologies because they're successful. Why fix what isn't broken? Blockbuster's stores were printing money. Why invest in online when stores work perfectly? Plus, there's a deeper issue. Late fees. Remember, $800 million per year. Netflix's entire value proposition was no late fees. If Blockbuster embraced that, they'd cannibalize their own revenue. So they choose to protect the present instead of investing in the future. Meanwhile, Netflix refines its algorithm. They're tracking what you watch, predicting what you'll want next. By 2002, they have 1 million subscribers. Blockbuster finally launches Blockbuster Online in 2004. But it's too late. And worse, it's expensive. 2007. Netflix introduces streaming. Wait, let's pause here. This is important. Netflix didn't invent streaming. They weren't first. But they understood something crucial. The DVD business was temporary. Streaming was inevitable. So while Blockbuster is still optimizing DVD rental, Netflix is preparing for DVDs to disappear entirely. By 2010, Blockbuster files for bankruptcy. How did it happen so fast? Mistake number 1. Debt. Blockbuster took on massive debt to expand. When revenue dropped, they couldn't service the debt. Mistake number 2. Leadership chaos. Between 2007 to 2010, Blockbuster had 3 different CEOs. No consistent strategy. Mistake number 3. Redbox. $1 DVD rentals at grocery stores. Blockbuster was fighting Netflix online and Redbox in physical retail. 2010. Bankruptcy. 2013. Last corporate-owned stores close. 2019. The last franchise store closes, except one. There's one Blockbuster left. In Bend, Oregon. It survives as a tourist attraction. A museum to a dead empire. Meanwhile, Netflix grows to 230 million subscribers worldwide. Worth $150 billion. They're not just a streaming service. They produce original content. They've replaced Hollywood studios. The company Blockbuster rejected for $50 million is now worth 3,000 times that amount. Okay, so what can we actually learn from this? Because adapt or die is too simple. Lesson 1. Success makes you blind. Blockbuster's stores were so profitable, they couldn't imagine a world without them. This is called the tyranny of the present. Your current success prevents you from seeing future threats. Kodak invented digital cameras, then killed the project to protect film sales. Nokia dominated mobile phones, then dismissed touchscreens. Borders bookstores saw Amazon coming, but couldn't abandon physical retail. Lesson 2. Your customer's pain is your competitor's opportunity. Blockbuster's customers hated late fees. Hated them, but Blockbuster didn't care because the fees were profitable. Netflix built their entire brand on solving that one pain point. Find what your customers complain about. That's where disruption begins. Lesson 3. You can't fight technological inevitability. Blockbuster knew streaming was coming. They just hoped it would come slower. They wanted 5 more years of DVD profits. But technology doesn't wait. Once the infrastructure exists, broadband internet, affordable streaming, the transition is inevitable. You can't stop it. You can only choose whether you lead it or become its victim. Lesson 4. Cannibalize yourself before someone else does. Netflix was making money from DVDs. But they knew streaming would kill DVDs. So they killed their own DVD business before someone else could. This is terrifying for executives. It means sacrificing certain revenue for uncertain future revenue. But it's the only way to survive. And here's the twist. Netflix is now facing the same challenge. Disney+, HBO Max, Apple TV, Amazon Prime. They're all competing for the same subscribers. Will Netflix make the same mistake Blockbuster made? Will they protect their current model instead of innovating for what's next? Only time will tell. In 2000, Blockbuster was worth 120 times more than Netflix. They had every advantage: resources, brand recognition, customer base, real estate. But they had one fatal weakness: they believed their success was permanent. The meeting where they rejected Netflix wasn't just a bad decision.